Hey everybody, it's Kiana Prema. Welcome to Black Diamond Life TV. This is a place to be for prosperity, pleasure, and purpose in our Prime My Body businesses. So I'm stoked to be here and share with you all. Yes, I know it says Erin's name. We're just doing this all on her account because we've got the big meeting room so we can get everybody in here. So no worries. I am Kiana Prema. And we've got markers coming into the room, because we're going to do some fun stuff with the flip chart today, is my plan. So, all right, we're here. It's Wednesday. It is October 11th. It is day 3 in the Team Hempress #Diamond in 90-Day Challenge. And we are well on our way to great things happening. I'm super excited for all of the affiliates who are active inside of the Facebook group, who have posted their manifestos, who are sharing their daily activities. That's what this challenge is all about, is to stay connected, to stay sharing, to stay active, and to stay supportive and accountable to one another in reaching these success goals that we're setting for ourselves. So, yay, what are we going to talk about today? How do we get into the Facebook group? So, the long answer is that this was an invitation process. So you got the invitation to be in the Facebook group if you were on my newsletter. So go to teamhempress.com and get on my newsletter to make sure that you're always getting these in real time. And then the short answer to get into it now is that you can do a search on Facebook for #Diamond in 90-Day Challenge, and you'll find the group and you can request to be in the group. So do that today, because starting tomorrow, I'm not going to let anybody else into the group. The idea is to keep this a focused container for those that are actively on this challenge. And I know some people are kind of checking it out, and maybe you're going to stay on and maybe you aren't, and that's okay. What's going to happen at the end of the week, people who aren't already in, aren't active, aren't doing the things that are requested and asked for in the challenge, are going to be taken out of the group, and we're just going to focus on those that are here and actively doing it together in that Facebook group. Of course, still doing Black Diamond Life TV and all of the other ways in which communicating with the entire team who are choosing to be at a different pace in their business right now. Diamond in 90-Day Challenge is a fast pace, you guys. It's for real. It's fast. It's not for everybody. So that's happening, though. And what I want to share with everybody is something that came up out of that challenge so far, and that was the idea around timing and feeling rushed, because we are doing something really fast, a fast pace, but how do we keep spaciousness around it? How do we stay in a flow? Because my core values as Kiana Prema, as embodied business coach, my values are flow, grace, and ease. And so I don't want to do business if I'm not having that experience. So how can I keep a fast pace and make things happen and still have that experience? Well, it comes down to a timing thing. And the important thing to remember about timing is that, I'm going to just be metaphysical with you guys. It's an illusion. Timing is an illusion. It is something that actually comes from within. We have this idea of linear time, and that is a thing, but we also have this other form of time, which is spiral, which is moving, and we actually have some influence on that. So if you've read The Big Leap, you've heard Gay Hendricks talk about this and about we are the source of time, and this is kind of like his final piece in getting to that zone of genius. And the conversation that I was having with Chloe yesterday was around timing and aligning with time. So, you know, it can be a big concept to be like, how am I the source of time? How do I do this? How do I step into this new experience with time? What if we simply think about aligning with time? So as we take our daily sit, as we go in, we take our hemp oil and we sit in the morning and we have our 20 to 30 minute meditation. As we're in there, let's be recalibrating our system to be aligned with time, right? Aligned with divine time. And when we come into that alignment, what we'll find is that spaciousness. So I wrote my manifesto out. People have seen it in the Facebook group, and I shared it on Dr. Aaron's call yesterday. I'm not going to read the whole thing right now, but in my 30-day plan, I have a very clear goal that I'm bringing in 20 women. I feel like I'm enrolling my next round of like business school, and we're doing the business of Prime My Body. And I'm going to take these 20 women, and we're gonna go on a 90-day run together, like I'm doing with everybody in there now. And what I don't have written in my manifesto, which I shared in my my mastermind that I'm in, is that my desire is to bring these women into my business with ease, that they're going to actually be magnetized to me, and I'm going to be in pleasure and I'm going to be in grace as that's happening. So I'm doing that through an alignment with time. I don't have a rush. I'm trusting that they're going to show up. I have 30 days, and my focus, my first thing that I'm thinking about in the day when I wake up is getting on that meditation pillow and having my morning meditation and getting aligned with that center place, and then they're going to show up for me. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I'd love to see in the chat, is this landing for you? Is this helpful? Because I think it's a key place. When we have that timing foundation, then we can just roll with life, and we can roll with the conversations and the loving people and the sharing and letting our company build and letting our organization build and letting our paycheck build, and then being able to do even more of that because we have more resources. So if we can get that energetic foundation in place even before the physical reality, that's actually going to allow the physical reality to show up. Love it. Feel fully aligned with this. Yes. Awesome. Cool. So a couple other things that I wanted to share with you guys today. One is that I got the opportunity to hear Paul speak on Saturday in LA. I went down for that big Super Saturday meeting, and it was awesome. There was some really great things that he shared that I was really excited about. Some that I kind of heard mentioned here and there. But hearing it from Paul and what's going on, it's really landed it. So there is something super cool that's happening inside of our company right now. And as a startup comes and it goes out and it launches its brand, it gets refined. It gets refined and defined, redefined as we go on. So what I've been noticing as a branding person is that Prime My Body is starting to shift to be a hemp company. Right? We're plant-based wellness, but there's this demand and this excitement around our hemp oil, and then we have our hemp protein powder, and that's being reformulated. This is what Paul shared. The hemp protein powder is being reformulated to have a lot more hemp protein in it, so it's actually going to be very hemp-based, and that's exciting. And then the Hydrate, the skincare line, is being reformulated with our nano-emulsified hemp oil to be used on our skin as well, which is amazing. CBD oil on the skin is amazing, and our bioavailability, it's really the same for skin. So this is cool stuff coming down the line. Why am I sharing all this? Well, one, I'm a branding person. I'm watching this change happen. It's exciting. Two, keep that in your mind. And the other thing is that it's really been a place that I'm in right now, and talking to a lot of my affiliates, my frontline, is this is a time where I feel like it's really important for us to be stepping back and looking at our personal brand. And that our Prime My Body business, while it is a Prime My Body business, it's actually our business, right? The Kiana Prema business is totally different than the Alinka Zellner business, which is totally different than the Nancy April business, which is totally different than the Joanne Reese business, right? We all are our own personalities, unique and amazing with all of our gifts, which is really the core foundation of our business and us being successful here. Prime My Body is a vehicle. It's a product that we're able to offer that has a whole other engine behind it that allows us to just be able to share that product and the business opportunity in a really gentle, easy way. So I wanted to share with you guys some of my branding tools. This isn't anything I've really trained on as far as the Prime My Body community goes, because this is like my career before Prime My Body. But what I did for years was consulting. I did brand strategy and marketing strategy, and so I've developed a lot of really great tools for how to run what I call a bliss-based business, blissness, right? And I'm going to show you some things today of something that I downloaded. It's called the Abundant Wealth Code, and it's really like the foundation of what's necessary for moving your business around. So I am going to use the whiteboard here, and hopefully the audio isn't too echoey. And we're going to look at a couple of things today. And I've never did a drawing on Zoom, so I don't even know if the camera's backwards or not. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, we're good. Hey, welcome. We got Chloe in the house. She just came in with me. I'm just going to give her a shout out. She's hanging with me today. Okay, so welcome, Chloe. Just in time, we're going to talk about the Abundant Wealth Code. Yeah! So, very simply, this is what I would say are the 5 keys to blissness. And we'll talk more about blissness, but again, blissness being that our business is our personal brand. It is who we are as individuals. So my business is Kiana Prema. We've got Chloe DeCalo, another business in the house right now, right? Everybody's got their personal business. So we want to just do what we love. We want to feel great. We want to enjoy and celebrate life. And we want to have a financial flow that supports us in doing that, right? Like that's what we really want here. So let's break this down and look at it. And we'll see how my artistry is today. It's pretty circular. We're going to start with the circle. Oneness, right? We've got our circle. And up here we have website. Over here, there are 5 pillars. Over here we have YouTube. Social media. Email newsletter. And then here is where we have our product or service. Okay, so that's the big picture. What I consider to be the 5 components that we need to have if we want to have this lifestyle-based business. Okay, if we're going to have a lifestyle-based business, we need a website, we need YouTube, we need social media, we need an email newsletter, and we need a product or service. Okay, and align these all up. Da, 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 da. We've got the pentacles. We have our tarot symbol of abundance, right, of prosperity, right? So this is lining up. And the energetics of this also, what I want to point out to you is in the center here, when we align all these pieces, right, they're all built, they're all functioning, the energy is flowing because these all talk to each other. This is a real thing, how they connect and talk to each other. But in the center, what do we have? We have a pentagon, right? Well, if you have ever played baseball or seen baseball or heard about baseball, then you probably know that the home plate on a baseball field is a pentagon. So we're talking about home base. And again, that's what I'm speaking about to blissness. That's the key, is we come home. We have our home base. No matter what it is we're doing in our life, no matter what it is we're doing in our business, no matter what it is we're choosing to create, we come home, right? That's activated center. And once we're here, we stay here, and this all keeps flowing. So, see how we're doing on time? Cool, it's 2:15. So let's talk a little bit about this. I'm going to walk you through my process and what I'm doing with Team Hempress, both as an invitation for you to follow along with Team Hempress, and then also, again, as a model, as a map of what you can do for your personal brand. So your personal brand, we'll leave it with that. So I've chosen my personal brand this round. I've had many personal brands, but this round is Team Hempress. That's how I'm showing up in the world. That's the content, that's the message that I'm putting out there. So I started out with the website. I have teamhempress.com. You can go in there. Now this is like a beta site. Like I've got it up, it's got some content on it, but it is so far from complete from what I see the vision of this website to be. So I just want to lay that out there for you. The way you get to big visions is by getting something done first and foremost. In the design world, it's called an MVP, the minimal viable product, right? Like the smallest thing necessary to make something happen. So that's what I have right now. If you go look at teamhempress.com, that's my MVP website, the very beginning. Now, YouTube. I do have a YouTube. So Team Hempress has a YouTube that I'm created as a branded channel. I'm still in some of the design pieces of that, but that's where content's going to start going for for Team Hempress. I'm also going to create a channel in there for Black Diamond Life TV. So we're going to have all of our recordings on there, and you'll be able to go back and find that really easily and share that with your team, okay? So that's what's happening with YouTube. Now, YouTube gets its own thing because YouTube is its own thing. For a while, people would say, oh, YouTube is part of social media. Yes, and it's its whole own world. So YouTube is an important aspect to all of this. And you'll notice in our app that we have the ability to connect a YouTube channel and be able to share things out. So there's a little key there, right? There's a clue for you. How do you network? How do you market? Let's use these tools and plug them in there. The company's given us an app that says, hey, you can plug in your own YouTube channel. Cool, let's have our own YouTube channel. Okay, so social media. Also in the app, we have the ability to share this out through all of our social media. It's important that you have a social media presence. You don't have to be crazy all over every social media channel. In fact, it's better not to. I suggest to pick 2, maybe 3. I'm doing my fingers over here, you guys can't see. 2, maybe 3 social media channels that you're gonna focus on. Facebook, of course, is a big one. Instagram is super hot. That's where a lot of people are hanging out these days. Snapchat is one. You know, Twitter is out there. I honestly haven't really been on Twitter in like forever, but maybe that's what some people are doing. If that's where you have an audience, awesome. Pick the ones where you have an audience already. Yes, always talk to your audience. Or 2, if you have to build an audience, pick the ones that feel the most fun. Pick the ones where your friends are hanging out. Pick the ones that feel easy and doable. So spend a little time and try those out. And again, in the app, we have those optimisms. We can share them out. Our videos can be shared out through the app. So it's about getting content out through our different networks. Okay, email newsletter. So I mentioned in the beginning, I did a big plug, get on my email newsletter. So you can sign up for that on my website. We're starting to connect things. You too, you know, we're connecting. My email newsletter has the sign up on the website. We'll start getting those out on a regular basis. I'd love to do them probably every other week is my publishing plan for right now. I had a vision of weekly, but I'll be honest with you guys, to do a weekly newsletter is a little challenging. I'm building my team, building support so we can get there for sure, but right now, that's a little challenging right now. So I'm gonna say bi-weekly, I'm gonna send out email newsletter. And then product or service. Well, obviously we have an awesome product, right? We have our hemp oil. So a lot of our conversations, a lot of our sharing are going to be focused around the hemp oil. We also have a service though. As Prime My Body affiliates, we also have a service, and that's a service of business building. That's a service of support and somebody creating financial freedom, because that piece itself is a natural product. That's service. We're here in service of one another to create a reality that serves our desires, deserves our desires of the home base. So this is where we're really lucky. We get to partner with Prime My Body. They handle all the details of that, because actually having a product, there's a whole, you have to go through a whole marketing process with that. You can see, right? You can see what Brian Cummings does for Prime. They're producing those memes. They're putting that out there. That's all branded specifically for us. So that's its own process for sure. So the fact that we just have that and can run with it and not have to handle all those pieces, hallelujah, it's a miracle. So good. All right, so 220, wow, I'm flying through this information. It's just super fun to get to share. I haven't really talked about this with people in a long time. This is what I used to do like all day long with my clients, is go through this stuff. So let's see, just checking if there's any comments. So I would love a little feedback here. Does this make sense? Do you have questions? What can we talk about that's gonna help you land this more, and not just land it, but be able to take something and run away with it and make something awesome happen? I know I would love to see you guys get off the call and go, do something, create something relevant to this, or do some building inside one of these pieces in your business. Chloe, you have a question?
I do. Could you talk a little bit more about the product and service, because that seems to be where like the theme is for maybe the rest of the stuff, right?
So meaning, well, ask me more questions, maybe. This is fun. I wish we were on camera. Can we?
Some more detail on the product and service. Like what are you doing and what are we doing? Like what is Prime My Body doing?
Okay.
You said it was a business?
Yeah, so if we're looking at this as the brand Team Hempress, right? Here, maybe I'll do it like this. This is also super fun to know. This is how I work with my clients and do my own creative business design work. These are Post-it notes. So I'm going to go stick this right over here on my window. And so that gets to stay in the space and we can see it and be infused by the vibration of that sacred geometry. And then I can write some more stuff. Okay, this is just getting wild in here, guys. Got the cloak coming off, and now we're gonna. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do the brand Team Empress. And I have the 5 components. I have website. I have YouTube. I have social media. I have email newsletter. And then I also have my product and it's really and or service, product or service. Okay. Can you guys see all of that? Yeah. Cool. So this is the process I do with my clients when I'm doing brand development. So I'm hoping that you see this, and basically this is a template. Write these down and you can do this process for yourself. So ask me your question about product or service again.
It's specifically more towards Prime My Body because I think that's where I'm starting off.
Uh-huh.
So how do I develop that service into a newsletter or a website or a YouTube?
So what I did, right, because Team Empress is my personal brand, right?
Okay.
So what am I doing with Team Empress? I'm using that as the marketing channel for me to grow my Prime My Body business.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put in parentheses PMB. So let's give your Prime My Body business a brand for you right now. Like, what would you call that? And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the thing. You can change it. But let's just say if you're thinking about the world where you stand in home base, you're standing there in home base, and you're Chloe DeCallo, and you are the Rockstar Prime My Body affiliate that you know that you are and that you're creating with your business, what is the thing that you're promoting? What are you saying? Like, hey, go to my website, check this out. It might be Chloe DeCallo.
Right.
It might be Team something else. It might be some other thing like up-level your life, right? So that's your personal brand.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I need to think more about.
Yeah, so that's the piece. If you're not sure what that is, then spend a little time and think about it. And let me tell you, I love, if you don't already have a brand built, if you use your name. I love that. I think that's so fantastic because again, personal brand, who you are. Like because this is my job and I brand all the time. So this is really an aspect. My personal brand is Kiana Prema, right? That's who I am. And I am building that out as far as like website and content. But that's my like super personal brand. My business brand, the brand that I'm running is my personal Prime My Body business, is Team Empress. So we can find that. But for now, just use your name. Okay, let's just all plug that in. If you don't already have something popping out that's your kind of your non-self brand, just run with your brand, your name. Do you send people to your company site from social media and then follow up as you may not know who is hitting it? Not everyone can build a website for personal brand and use a PMV site, so how does it work in that way? Okay, I'll see how to weave into that. So my site is a training site, right? That's what my gift is here to Prime, is to train, right? So now I have a website in which is training. Now let me also preface this. If you're new in here, just stay with me on the branding concept of building your name. And your website, you have a website. It's the Prime My Body website, okay? That's the other nice thing about our business, because like you have all the elements you need to work, from the get-go. And then as any business does, it evolves and you can up-level. So I'm 10 months into this business. I just launched my website 2 months ago. Okay, 8 months in, Black Diamond in the company. Now I'm starting to invest money into developing these assets because it can take a lot of time and effort to develop these assets. However, you paid $39 and you got a website given to you because Private Body is awesome and Brian is great with his design. So we have something that's functional. So just, you're gonna keep all of this with that, right? So my website, I have primemybody, right, .com, whatever. I'm just gonna write, of course it's like my affiliate name, Kiana Prema. So if we're talking about me as a person, that's my brand, kianaprema.primemybody.com, right? So I do have a YouTube, and that's where I have training. Now not everybody's gonna put, you might not be a trainer. You might be like, oh my God, I don't know this stuff. I don't know how to talk about this stuff. I'm not gonna make training videos, Kiana. Awesome, don't do it. For me, it's like, oh, I'm gonna train because that's what I'm good at. That's what happens naturally for me, right? But yours might be like, you know what? I do tarot card readings and I do a reading every day for my business. And so I'm gonna start doing a reading video and I'm gonna put that out for my team to help inspire and motivate them. Or, you know what, I'm like a super runner athlete type. I'm like on this like rigorous program that I'm doing. I'm gonna make a video about what I'm doing there and how that's fueling and inspiring my business so that I can send that out to my network and I can get them pumped and excited and stoked to be doing this too. So is that making sense? We create our videos, we create our content, not based on what the guru is teaching, right? I know Eileen very lovingly, was super sweet, I super appreciate it. You said, you know, Guru Kiana, are you gonna do a training video for us on the app? And like, I received that and I love that, and that's awesome. And also though, that's not what it is. It's don't do exactly what I do. It's follow the system, follow the method of which I'm doing it, but do it for you. Do it for what's true for you. Just gonna check, okay, we're good here. So this is, and now I would just say on a YouTube thing, like this is good to have something out like weekly. Even every 2 to 3 days. Because you'll get good at making short little videos. You'll get good at just putting out something that's like a few minutes long and they're fun to do. You'll find that that's something you want to do because it's fun. It's a great way for you to share your message and your ideas that you're getting from sitting on the pillow for 20 to 30 minutes every day with your hemp oil. People want to know how I did it, Diamond in 90 days. That's how I did it, you guys. Foundation. Okay, social media. Again, you're going to pick 2 to 3 channels that you're going to share on. My suggestions are Facebook, Instagram, and if you want to get fun and creative, Snapchat, where all the kids are at. I say that because I actually feel like kind of like the old lady in social media right now because I'm like, I'm not Snapchat cool. I'm so not Snapchat cool. That one's kind of passed me by. I'm feeling like I gotta write to sit down here. So email newsletter. All right, how do we do an email newsletter? Very first phase, you create a group in your email and you keep your affiliates on it, right? All of your affiliates that are signing up with your team, you send out a group email to them once a week, once a month, something, right? Send them an email when they first join, a welcome email, that's an individual letter, but then keep all of your affiliates on one email thing and maybe give them a monthly update. This is what my plans are, this is where I'm gonna be, if you're gonna be traveling, you know, just put a couple of highlights in there. And then as you build your audience, you build your team, more people will subscribe, you share your message. The tool that I use for this is MailChimp. You can find MailChimp.com. You know, you go on there, you register, you can create an email list for free. It's a very user-friendly interface. You can design an email newsletter. If you've gotten on mine, you've seen it comes and my logo's on it, and there's images. There's a very user-friendly way that you can do that, drag and drop pictures and words and make something really beautiful. But again, a group list on your Gmail account with your top affiliates and giving updates is perfect. How do you go about structuring your day with all of this in mind? Okay, and we'll talk about this. So right now we're talking about the concept of brand building. You have to structure time, and I spoke on the Diamond Symposium. Make sure you get a copy of the Diamond Symposium of how I use systems for my planning, my timing, time blocking. Right now you're going to set aside time to work on branding, and when you have that time block for 2 hours, these are the things that you work on to get these done. So MailChimp, easy newsletter, product or service, that easy for us, right? We've got our hemp oil, and we have our business opportunity. Okay, so that's our product or service. And so ultimately, again, from content creation, brand strategy, that's the core message. That's the golden thread, the thing that weaves it all together, what we're sharing on here, right? So whether we're, whatever we're sharing about on our YouTube, whatever that kind of personal passion practices that we have, that's what you're sharing on your YouTube, your social media. You're sharing all kinds of stuff. You're sharing all the places you've been. You're sharing the people that you're hanging out with. You're showing your lifestyle. You're showing how much fun you have. You're showing the great plant-based food that you eat. You're showing the mindfulness practices that you're adopting into your life. Those are the things you're taking pictures and sharing of. And then, but again, the piece that's weaving all through there is our Prime My Body. So every once in a while we put that post with PMB. We have this shot of us taking a pump, right? We're weaving that in. It's in our storytelling. It's not that we're out there on these channels shouting, buy my oil, join my business. You can find creative ways to put a little shout out there and have an invitation for people to come more, but we're sharing about our lifestyle. Links. Thanks, Blue, for handling the links, whatever you're linking in there. I appreciate that. And I'm looking at the time. It's 2:34, which is perfect. This feels like it's fairly complete for what I'm giving you. I know I'm giving you a lot of content, but I want you to know that this is Black Diamond Life. This is how I roll. This is what I do. This is what's gotten me to where I am. And so there are pieces here for you. The most important part is this home base, right? We're cultivating that home base. And as we cultivate that home base, we get these things in place and we create the prosperity flow, right? We create the abundance. So come back to home base. I'm going to invite everybody right now, to take a deep breath in and exhale it. And let all of this information land through your body. Let it go from your mind. You don't have to know how you're going to use this right now. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You're just going to know that this structure exists, right? That there is some rhyme to my reason, and I'm holding a container and I'm holding a watchful eye on you and as here as a guide and a support to keep you on track to do this, right? So if you want to do that and the 90-day run for Diamond, then please make sure you get over into the Facebook group and get in there today. You're going to need to do some homework. You have to be committed to put time into this, to do this run, all right? But go on over there and get in. You're going to watch the video. There's a pinned video. It's a recording from a Facebook Live. That's right in the top. You're going to watch that. You're going to go to teamhempress.com and you're going to get into the Getting Started training and you're going to create your manifesto. You're going to watch that training and create your manifesto. You're going to post that manifesto into the Facebook group. And then you're going to give us our daily check-ins on your activity, what you've been doing, any insights you may have had, any challenges you may have come up against. You're going to be celebrated. You're going to be supported. If you have questions, we'll answer questions. And you'll post every day, and you'll do hashtag Diamond in 90 days, hashtag day 3. Today's day 3. Tomorrow you do hashtag day 4. And again, remember, get in and get active because I'm going to clear it out at the end of the week, and we're going to keep the people in there who are actually running the program. Because like I said, it's a challenge, and I'm going to be there to really poke you when necessary to get to the finish line. So if you don't actually want to be poked to get there, then leave that run out, and there'll be more ways for us to play in other avenues. So I'm going to, Diamond Symposium was not weekly. We will make sure that's posted in the Diamond in 90 Days Facebook group if you're on my Team Hempress WhatsApp. It is in the links in there. You can ask your upline and we'll get that for you. As I mentioned, I'm creating a YouTube channel that's going to have all of the Diamond in 90 Days TV on there. So the recordings will be there and you'll have a central location to find them moving forward. That's not done yet. So I'll let you know when it's there. In the meantime, you can ask Erin or ask your upline, and I'm sure she can find you that individual recording. Cool. I'm so grateful to be here. It's my pleasure to put this stuff together. It's my pleasure to share. If you have a quick question, you want to type it into the chat. I could do 5 minutes of questions. Then otherwise we'll close it out and we'll get back to rocking our day. Okay, I don't see any questions. So you guys, so much love to you. And my pleasure to get to be here. Keep an eye out for my tour to Arizona. I'm going to be there, planning to be in Tucson a week from today, and still working out all the details for Phoenix, Scottsdale, and Sedona. But that's my flow. Looking like Wednesday through next Tuesday, I'll be out there for a week. So hit me up if you have people for me to connect with. If you have affiliates in the area, I want to make sure I'm getting connected with them and they're joining us and getting these presentations attended. And you can send me information on your people at Kiana at teamhempress.com. They will be posted. I got to see if I can get them on the actual Prime one. Today's the deadline to submit Tucson. It depends on how quickly those others come together. But stay tuned to your upline leaders. We put them out through our channels. Me, Renee, Erin, they usually go out. Those should be all out in the next few days. All right, lots of love, you guys. Talk to you soon.